Well, it's been a month and a half approximately since we've flown to Kansas and purchased Tyler Hoover's broken LS Swap 911, also known as Apollo 911. I can honestly say this has been the most challenging car that I've ever had to transport anywhere. I had to go through 3 separate transporters before I finally got somebody who would follow up on their word. A friend of mine referred me to a 3rd transporter who ended up being an awesome stand-up guy. So finally, we have Apollo 911 at home. Or is it? Wait, hold on. Is this Apollo 911? Where's the Corvette engine? Carrera 4S. This is not Apollo 911. So this is my buddy's 2002 911 Carrera 4S. So Apollo 911 is actually safe and sound at the shop. We're gonna head over there in a few minutes. Anyway, he's been challenged to a race. This is my buddy Raul. Say what's up.
What's up? I'm ready. I'm ready.
So he's the owner of this 2002 911 Carrera 4S. He's had it a few years now. He loves the car. So are you up for a race when we get Apollo 911 done?
Anytime. Any place. The Porsche crowd, I'll prove you proud.
Leave a comment down below and tell me what you guys think. Can this 2002 911 Carrera 4S take Apollo 911 in a drag race when we get it all fixed up?
That's a good question.
I don't know, man.
We will find out soon enough.
All right, we're taking it right in the truck over to the shop to take a look at Apollo 911. Welcome to the shop, guys. This is the headquarters of the 305 Garage, where all the magic happens. Now, as the title of this video suggests, we do have a problem with Apollo 911. I'll get to that problem in a bit, but before, I'd like to give you guys a quick little tour of my shop, show you some of my projects, some of my cars, so I can give you guys an idea of what I have in store for future videos. So, as you walk into the shop, you guys can see this is probably my favorite car in the garage. This is my 1987 Buick Grand National. This particular car is a unrestored survivor, 16,000 original mile car. To find these cars in this condition is next to impossible. The values of these cars have been going through the roof. I've had this car for many years. I bought it from the first owner. I do not plan on selling it. Please stay tuned to the channel and you guys will see future videos on this car. Check this out. I've even got the original window sticker on the car. I've got all the paperwork, all the original warranty card, everything. The interior is in mint condition, just like the exterior. Let's take a quick look at the interior of the car. T-tops. I'm not sure if you guys can see there, but just a hair over 16,000 original miles. Next up on the top rack, we've got a 2002 Chevrolet Corvette convertible. Now, I started the restoration on this car before I started doing YouTube videos. So it is partially into the restoration. There's still a lot of work to be done on this car. I will be featuring this car in many videos coming up on the channel. We got the transmission for it right here, recently rebuilt. If we take a look over here, we've got the LS1 block that came out of my 2002 Corvette. Here's a view from the back side of the Corvette up on the top rack. As you can see, I've got the car completely apart. The complete running gear is out. The suspension, engine, transmission, everything is disassembled. Now below the Corvette, we have a 1965 Buick Riviera. This was a one owner, 88,000 original mile car. So if you guys have seen the movie Roadhouse with Patrick Swayze, this car will be familiar to you. Buick made the Riviera from 1963 to 1965. This is the last year, the only year that has the clamshell headlights. To date, what I've done with the car is completely restore the rolling chassis. Even though you can't see under the body, the rolling chassis is completely restored, repainted, suspension, brake lines, every single thing redone. I'll give you guys some future videos on this 1965 Buick Riviera. I will have a whole series on this car once we get back working on it at a later date. Alright guys, so check out the engine here. As you can see, it is completely rebuilt. I did the majority of the work myself. The only thing I did not do was the machine work on the block, and I had a Buick buddy of mine that helped me reassemble the shirt block. But besides that, all the work was done by myself. Alright, now outside here we've got the Miata. I'm sure you guys have seen some of the videos on the Miata. Now this project has not been forgotten. I know there hasn't been any videos on it for a while, but there will be upcoming videos on the Miata. So you Miata guys, stay tuned, have faith in me. I'll have more videos coming soon. Well, those are all the cars. Let's take a quick little tour of the shop. So I've got shelving over here. I've got a garage bay door here. I've got a bunch of lighting in the shop. I built this shop a few years ago. It's not 100% complete, but it's almost there. It's a bit of a mess now, so pardon the mess. I did the garage flooring. Really happy with this garage flooring. I'll talk more about that later on in future videos. I've got the 2-post lift, which I'll be going over that in future videos as well too. I got the race paint theme. These are all the old parts off of the Corvette. Then over here I've got my newest toolbox, my Milwaukee toolbox, and my old Craftsman toolbox that I've had for many years next to it. I'll be going over all the tools I use in future videos. So I've got the shop all outfitted with workbenches, with wall cabinets, lower rolling cabinet. I've got a rolling tray here for all the parts, moving things around. This is engine parts from the LS1. All the old pistons and old stuff here. I've got a hydraulic press. I've got a parts washer. And in the corner over here, I've got my Quincy compressor. Awesome compressor. Now this shop is fully outfitted with central air conditioning. I've got a full bathroom. I've got hot water. Got pretty much everything I need. And upstairs, I've got a stock room so I can keep a bunch of car parts and different miscellaneous things for storage. Overall, I'm very happy with the shop. There are still some things need to get done, so there'll be future videos on all the updates that I have planned for the shop. Here is Apollo 911. Now, right now we don't have space in the shop, so I'm gonna have to take out the Grand National, take it to my house, move some things around so I can put the 911 on the top rack. Now, a pretty cool thing, I had one of my viewers that saw the last video send me a picture of Apollo 911 when it was on the transport trailer in Georgia. That was pretty awesome. So if any of you guys have any pictures of Apollo 911 that you've seen, that you've snapped during transportation, please email them to me. I will leave my email down below in the description. All right, now this is what you guys want to see. Yes, sir, there we go. She's nice and dirty. We're going to have to get her all cleaned up. All right, let's go inside Apollo 911 and check out the interior. All right, so the problem we have is we don't have access to the front. Unfortunately, on the 996 Porsches, when your battery is dead, you can't open the front. The latches are electromechanical, so they have a solenoid inside that require power. Now they corrected that problem with the 996.2s. You could pop the fuse panel. They had a little terminal that popped out. You can apply power to it, ground the car, and then the switch will work. They do have a emergency release cable that's supposed to be underneath here. However, the problem is I've looked under there, I can't seem to find it. Oftentimes over the years they get tucked up side there. Owners are scared their cars are going to get stolen, so they tuck them, get them out of the way. I have looked and looked and looked and looked, and I can't find it. I would have to probably just remove the front bumper to gain access to it. Or the other solution that I figured out, if we can take this panel out, we should be able to gain access to the electrical mechanical switch or the cable here and hopefully manually pull it. I'm hoping it's going to work. I'm not sure, but I'm hoping it's going to work. We've got 3 screws here that are kind of a pain to get to. So we've got one here, we've got one here, and we've got one over here. So I'm going to take a 5mm Allen key and try to remove those. See if we can remove this plate here. All right, stick it in here. It's a little bit of a challenge to access here. So we've got it there. So we can go ahead and break this Allen key loose. These are pretty tight. Alright, so we got that one loose. It's kind of a pain because the carpet's in the way on the front one here, so I had to kind of pull the carpet out a little bit to access the screw. Go ahead and pull the seat forward. Now finally, with a bit of finagling, I was able to get the Allen key in there for the last screw. It's a bit challenging because again the carpet's in the way. Alright, now once we got the screws out, we should be able to lift this panel up. So you can see when we pull on the latch, it's got a little electronically controlled piece of sheet metal that prevents it from going up. It's actually a mechanical cable that connects to the frunk. It's just what's electronically controlled is the piece of sheet metal. So let's see if we can. Alright, that's for that one. I need to get a screwdriver here. So we should be able to now lift this up, stick our screwdriver in here, and see if we can pull this baby back. Alright, so we push it, and alrighty, there we go. We finally got it. As far as I know, that is the only two ways to open the front of this car with a dead battery. Is you have to do this, or you have the cable in the front. Probably be removing the front bumper and try to find that quick release cable, because this is a pain in the butt. We got it open. Let's put this back together and we can pull the battery out. Alright, well that does it for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed taking a little tour of the 305 garage and taking a quick look at all my current and upcoming projects that I will be featuring here on the channel. Now we also have another project that I have not shown you guys yet. I'll give you a little hint. Take a listen. I'd love to hear your guesses down below in the comments as to what you think that project is. There's tons more content coming on Apollo 911. We'll be getting into that car soon to make a decision as to what direction we're gonna go. Thank you guys so much for all the support, all the recent subscribers. It really makes me excited to produce more content for you guys. Leave comment down below as to what I'm doing right, what I'm doing wrong, what you guys would like to see maybe in future videos on the channel. If you like my content, please hit that like button, please hit that subscribe button and the notification bell to get notifications when I upload new content. This is Rob from the 305 Garage. We'll see you guys next time. I'm gonna give you guys a quick little tour of my shop, but before I do so, let me start again because I already screwed this up. You're making me nervous too. I finally have brought this guy. That sucks. Now, if any of you guys have any more pictures that you've seen, and of course we've got an airplane flying by. As I told Hoobie, it never fails. Every time you film, there's always an airplane flying by.